What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Hartley and welcome to another weekly watch list video. In this one, we are going to talk about 4 stocks on my watch list for the week ahead, and I'm also going to review some of the economic calendar and what has happened recently because it's been a big couple of weeks to start the year, so let's jump right in. Okay, to get us started here, we're going to take a quick look at the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones. That's going to give us a good idea of how the overall market is doing, and as of right now, the market is doing extremely well. The NASDAQ is pushing up towards all-time highs. We just broke out of previous resistance. We came back and retested it, and on Friday, we started to move even higher. So a nice pattern forming there in the NASDAQ approaching all-time highs. The S&P 500 has just broken out to all-time highs, which is absolutely amazing. And the Dow Jones continues to set new all-time highs. So lots going on in the market. Overall, we're doing extremely well. The markets are at all-time highs. The VIX, or the volatility index, is very low compared to where we have been recently. It continues to move lower, and overall, the market is doing extremely well. When it comes to Bitcoin, we are not doing so well. We basically fell off a cliff as soon as those ETFs were launched. We did bounce off of 40,000 a little bit here. We're now trading at 43,000, and we'll see what happens over the next little while. We're basically testing the 20-day moving average, but our MACD right now does look good, and it is moving higher. West Texas light crude, though, got a hard rejection here at previous resistance right around $80. I was actually expecting this to go a lot higher and kind of start a new trend here, but basically the entire week we saw a sell-off, and so we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer on that and just kind of see how this unfolds. Uranium also had a little bit of a pullback. I pointed out that for the last 2 weeks, the price of uranium was $106 US per pound. It pulled back a little bit to $100 this week, but it is still up by basically 50% since this time last year, or 100%, I should say. It has doubled in price since this time last year, which is extremely impressive. Lithium is also starting to show some interesting patterns. We've basically been trading flat here since November, end of November, beginning of December right here. So you call it 2 months. We've been trading absolutely flat, and we're going to talk about one of the lithium companies that I like best in this video in just a couple of minutes. But first, let's cover earnings. We are right in the middle of earnings season, and we have a lot of companies reporting. So far, it has been a very volatile earnings season. We had Meta with one of the largest market cap gains that we have ever seen in the stock market. We had Google that took a big decline. We had a lot of volatility in the market. We had Tesla with a big drop. We had Netflix with a big gain. So the tides have really, it's basically a roller coaster when it comes to earnings. We're right in the middle of earnings season. We have some more companies reporting. We got Caterpillar, McDonald's, Palantir all on Monday. We got Snap, we got Alibaba, PayPal on Wednesday. On Thursday, we got ConocoPhillips and Affirm, and on Friday, we got PepsiCo, Canopy, Enbridge, and a bunch of other companies. So lots going on this week, and when it comes to market conditions, last week we had a lot going on because the US Fed decided to hold their interest rate steady, and they also gave guidance that it's probably not coming down anytime soon. Now, like I said, we're in the middle of earnings season, and so far things have been fairly choppy, so before you make any big trades or purchases, make sure that you understand when that company is going to be reporting. Meta saw like a 20% jump, which is absolutely amazing, but we've seen some downward spikes as well. The Chinese stock market right now and the real estate markets are really struggling. The government is stepping in to basically save them, and there is a lot of worry in the Chinese market. I don't think that worry is over, but I am watching it closely for a chance to pick up some good names at a big discount. Overall, US markets, like I said, at or near their all-time highs. So far, the US Federal Reserve and the Bank of Canada, for that matter, have done a good job of providing us with that soft landing that they were talking about. Now, when it comes to companies that I like this week, I am talking about Snowflake. I have talked about this company in my watch list a few times now. I've said, hey, we're getting really close to resistance here. In the last 2 weeks here, we broke through that level of resistance. We came back down and retested it. And on Friday, we broke out higher. I took a position in the stock on Friday. I am expecting Snowflake to do well over the next kind of 6 to 12 months. I do have a stop loss though to protect my position here in case this turns around. If you want to see my entries and exits, I post all of that in my Discord chat that you can find in the link down below. Next one here is DDOG. This is another company that I've talked about a little bit over the last little while and a lot over the last year. It's a company that I like. Their revenue is absolutely amazing. I think the company is going to do very well over the next 5 to 10 years. And if you look at their stock chart right here, you can see we broke out, we retested, and now we're pushing higher, which is exactly the pattern that I like to see, especially for a company that was at sky-high valuations, came back down to reality, and now is starting to move higher. This is a perfect trade for me. I'm watching this one very closely going into Monday, pretty much with the same strategy as Snowflake. Next one here is Albemarle. This is my favorite lithium company. They're one of the largest in the world. They have huge plans for growth. They have executional excellence. I think they're a great company. I think they're going to do extremely well long term as long as lithium stays in demand and that demand goes back up. And as soon as it does, and as soon as the price starts to go back up, this is the company that I plan to buy. If you look at this chart right now, you can see we have a low of $112. We've basically tested that level 4 times in the last, let's call it 6 or 5 months here. And so we have major support at 112. If we start to see lithium prices go up this week and we start to see Albemarle bounce off support, that is the basically trifecta that I'm looking for to get in with a position and set a stop loss just below support here. Last company here is Footlocker. I've talked about Footlocker a couple times. I've said that I don't like Footlocker. I think it's a bad company. I think they're not going to be here in 10 years. They did have a good earnings report. They kind of proved me wrong in the last quarter. However, if you look at the company and you look at their cash flow from operations over the last 12 months, it is less than the dividend that they are currently paying out. They are paying out more in dividends than the company is making in cash flow from operations, let alone net income. And so that dividend is not safe. That dividend is not going to be here for a long time. I think it's on the verge of getting cut, and when it does, I think the stock is going to fall, and I want to take advantage of it. I'm probably going to be buying some put options. That is my strategy. I don't like Footlocker. I don't think it's here long term, and short term, I don't think that dividend is safe either. So those are my thoughts, those are my opinions, and if you're interested in learning more about how I trade and invest and basically how the stock market works, you can find all of my courses totally free for the first month on Skillshare. Stock Market Fundamentals is going to walk you through everything you need to know about getting started in the market the right way. It has helped over 21,000 students. It has over 400 reviews. It has 2.7 million minutes of watch time, which is a very long time. I did the math one day and it was a number of years. It's really cool. It's hosted on Skillshare, and like I said, it's totally free if you sign up with the link in the description to this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it, and we will see you in the next video. Good luck trading. Good luck investing, and we'll talk to you soon.